Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danni Shaw, with the latest from Country Kickback.
Hi, how's everybody's Monday been? I know there's been a lot going on this weekend, and we've had amazing lives coming from Scott. Oh, are you there? I don't know if I disappeared, but everything off my screen just did. So hopefully you're all still there. Yeah, I know that we've had Scott and Tanya working very hard at the muster, doing lots of lives and lots of filming and talking to artists. So it's been great watching them, and thank you to them for helping and getting out there and enjoying it. And I know that some of you are already still traveling back from the muster. I know there's been a couple of accidents, so I hope you're all okay and that you got home safely or are nearly home safely, because I've had a few messages, people are on the road still. So drive safe for those that are, and rest when you get home. You must be so tired. We've got a couple of shows coming for you this week. It's a bit of a different week. We've had all the weekend muster. We've got Jamie Lindsay coming up this week, and I have no idea why that disappeared again, whether my internet keeps dropping out. So if you have any issues, please put in the comments and tell me so that I know that I can, if I need to fix something or not. Yeah, I know we've got Jamie Lindsay coming down Thursday. He's got a gig in Launceston, and then another one coming up in Baghdad. We've got a lot of gigs in the next few weeks that you'll see us popping up at, so keep an eye out for those lives as well as our regular shows, which is great. And we have so many coming in that they're on different nights, so watch out for the ads and make sure you put the reminder so that you don't miss out, because even I can't keep up with them, and I actually put the reminder in my phone as well. So at the moment we've got Sally Jane waiting for us, so we're going to welcome her into the room. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. Thank you for reaching out. I bet you've been like me all weekend watching all these lives and wanting to be at these shows.
Oh, definitely. And watching the Gympie Muster as well, being from WA, totally forgot that it was on. I was like, oh no.
I didn't think of it either. Well, I knew it was on, but I didn't think of everybody traveling on the Monday, because I'm like, no, it finishes on the Sunday, and it's been a fair few years since I went to the muster, so I just a bit out of practice. Have you been before?
No, I haven't. It's definitely a music bucket list item, and also just a personal bucket list item to go. Hopefully one day perform, but I'd love to experience the whole festival. It would be amazing.
Yeah, it is great. It is so good. I remember the first time I went, we didn't sleep for I don't know how long it was. I think it was a week nearly, I think. And it wasn't because we were drinking or anything. We were just, you'd do the muster and the pre-muster stuff and then the muster music, and you'd come back out of the festival and people are playing music at all the campsites on the way back to yours. So you stop with them and you have a talk to them around the campfire with the music going, and then you go to the next one, and it'd be 4 a.m. before you got back to your tent, because you stopped and said hello to everybody on the way past. And I remember getting on the plane so tired. Oh, I was so tired. And then this lady said to us on the plane, she said, "Have you guys been working with cattle?" And we didn't realize how bad we smelt until that moment. Wasn't good. It's worth it. You have to do it. It's a special festival, that's for sure. Oh dear. So, but you have done Tamworth. I've been looking at your career and things, so you know Tamworth pretty well.
Yeah, it's such an amazing festival. I was at the Junior Academy of Country Music in 2017 for the July camp that they did, and ever since then, apart from the last couple of cancellations of COVID, we've gone pretty much every year since then, and it's so much fun. Everyone that I talk to that hasn't been, I'm like, it's hot, but you gotta suck it up and you just go through it, and it's just so much fun. There's something for everybody as well.
Yeah, there is, absolutely. And we do exactly what you just said. It's hot, but that's what we say every time. It's worth it. Did you go in April?
I actually did, yeah, but I didn't go for the festival. I went to the DAG for the Songwriters Retreat during
Yes,
April, which was
yes.
such an amazing experience. It definitely was an experience. Qantas lost my guitar and then found it, and then it was
Yeah.
crazy.
So you got to the songwriters retreat without a guitar.
I did, yeah, but thankfully they found it a couple of hours later. They forgot it in Sydney when I was coming from WA to Tamworth, but they did get a taxi out to me and drop it off, and
Oh
yeah,
wow.
it was all
Oh,
sorted.
thank goodness, of all the things to lose when you go to a songwriting retreat. Not a good start. And that's what's worrying me about traveling, because I haven't traveled since all this happened, and I'm like, I've got so much gear now that even if one suitcase doesn't make it, I still can't do my show, because if I get all the rest, it's just such a big, we travel too heavy, don't we?
I mean, it definitely didn't help that Dad and I were joking about it before I got on the plane. Imagine if I lost my guitar, and I did. So don't joke about that stuff.
Don't put it out there. It was definitely going to happen then, wasn't it? Oh wow! Now I want to talk to you about your music and your EP and things, but we haven't had you. And we sort of do this tradition where we always want to know your music story, how you got into music, especially country music, and what's made you go out and be a singer and a songwriter.
It was actually an accident. So when I was 12 years old, my dad always wanted to play guitar. So Mum and I bought him one for Christmas. He never played it, adult life, work commitments, I guess. So I picked it up and got sent to the back of the paddock to practice because I was absolutely woeful as a singer and playing guitar as well. But by 15, I started sounding half decent, according to my parents, and went to the local pub, got some PA, and did my first gig and audition,
Wow.
I guess, and found the Country Music Academy a week later and applied, and it's just gone from there, to be honest. I never thought I would be a musician. I actually wanted to be a physiotherapist, and
Oh wow!
yeah, music took over my life, and now here I am.
That is a pretty cool story, because I love we have so many different things, but you bought a present for your dad, not even for yourself, and you and you got a career out of it. I like that.
We
That's
definitely
great.
have a guitar collection now, but
That is fantastic. Are you still going to go down the physio path as well as music?
I'm pretty busy, to be honest. Music is it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a hobby, or it was a hobby, and it's turned into my full-time career. I don't really have time to do anything
Yeah.
else, yes. So, and it is a lot of fun, and I can make a lot of people happy doing music. So I'm just gonna stick to that and see where it takes me.
Yeah, enjoy the ride while you can. You may as well. I think that's a great. So your first gig, you just walked in and you auditioned at a pub. How nerve-wracking was that? Because you haven't obviously had a lot of years of playing and singing before that moment, by the sound of it.
Oh, I was so nervous. I had like my little sheet music stand up there and had I think it was a Yamaha guitar, was the first like cheap one that I ever bought. Well, my parents actually bought. I'm pretty sure it was dad's as well. Stole that from him. And
Perfect.
yeah, I had like my parents and then the bar staff were the only ones in the actual beer garden. So it was a pretty quiet show, but in the end it worked out for the best.
That's good. That's so good, because I would not be able to just get up there that easily, I don't think. Not to play and sing. Oh, that's huge. So then you went on to Junior Academy, and I was going to talk to you about the two, because you did the Junior Academy and then you did the Senior Academy. And a lot of people get to do that. So how did you find, do you think it was good for you to go to that Junior one before you went to the Senior? Do you think that helped you?
Definitely it did. And I went with Dad as well. And he even said he wished that he did the Junior Academy before he started his own training business. It was such a good course. I mainly learnt about the performance side and how to
Yes.
market myself, I guess. And then Dad learnt the business side, and they got all the golden guitar winners in, and they just told them their horror stories. And Dad was mortified, but he was like, oh, we'll still give it a crack and see how it goes. And then going back to do the senior course, I understood a lot more of the business side, which is what I'm really interested in as well. So now Dad and I work together, and yeah, I think it's working out pretty good.
Yeah, that is great to get that experience, because when you get to, as a junior, you get to touch more on the you as an artist side, and it sort of takes that pressure off to learn both that first time, and the second time you can pick up all those other skills as well. I think that's
Definitely.
definitely. I don't know what's going on with my power. It's been playing up today, and there's no storm here. It was beautiful clear skies today. I don't know what's going on. There's some sort of gremlin in the room. Sorry. Every now and again, it will fail. Every now and again. So I don't know what it is. Internet's not fun. So from the academy and things, how have did you start writing songs straight away when you started playing, or was that sort of from academy and going forward that you started doing that as well?
Yeah, I started writing songs pretty much straight away I was learning how to play guitar as well, and just throwing my own words together. And I mean, they were pretty shocking. I don't think I would ever sing one of my first songs that I wrote now. But yeah, then going to academy and learning the whole songwriting craft. I got to write with Alan Caswell as well, so that was amazing.
Yeah,
and it's just grown from there. I think I've definitely developed as a songwriter and grown as a songwriter, and I like to hopefully be a professional one day.
Well, you're doing pretty well, because I was looking at your website, and you were in the Tamworth Songwriting Association. You were in that, and that was, what year was that one?
I think that was 2018 or 19, something like that.
That was after Junior Academy, but before Adult Academy. So to get into all these prize winning and number ones on the charts, it's at the start of your career. That's very impressive and exciting for you. It would make you want to keep going, wouldn't it? Those sorts of things.
Oh, it is, yeah.
So how do you, with your songs so far, do they stay in your head for a while, or do they come out really quickly? What's your process?
I always come up with like the hook or chorus or catchphrase first, and sometimes they will sit there for months on end and I just won't even look at them. And then all of the songs that have come along, I've written them in an hour or less. They've just all of a sudden popped into my head, and I've written the song. And then sometimes I will go back to the one-liners that I've written, and I'll have that inspiration for that song for the day, and then it will just happen.
Yeah. I think that's a little bit of how I sometimes write. Sometimes it's just there, and other times it takes forever to. One day it'll just happen when it happens.
Yeah, I know people talk about forcing yourself to write the song. Like, get that song, but for me it doesn't work. I guess I'm too stubborn.
Yeah, that's probably, I couldn't do that. It's like they have scheduled song times to write.
Yeah,
scheduled creativity doesn't work. Well, I know you're sitting there, you've got your guitar there. Would you still like to do a song for us?
Yeah, of course.
Well, what I might do is I might give you the room while you're singing, and then we can come back and have a bit more of a chat.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'll see you in a moment.
So I'm going to play you the title track off my debut EP. It's called You and I. Familiar late at night, we just go for a drive, get away for a little while, baby, just you and I. You open up my door, and I jump inside. Get this feeling that I can't hide. I just look at you and smile. You got one hand on the wheel, other is holding mine. We're just driving into the night with the headlights on high. It just feels right.
keep the headlights on high. Just feels right. Feels like you and I. Every Friday night, taking all the back roads. I look into your eyes, and I finally feel alright. When we're driving in your car, looking up at all the stars, it just feels like you and I. You got one hand on the wheel, other is holding mine, baby. You got one hand on the wheel, other is holding mine. We're just driving tonight, keep the headlights on high. Just feels right, feels like you and I, feels like you and I, feels like you and I.
Wow. It's a beautiful song. And you sing so easily. You're such a lovely voice.
Thank you.
There's lots of people popping in the room to talk. Tell us where you're watching from, everybody. Karen has popped in and said hi. And Chuck has come in. He said, sounds amazing like usual.
Thanks, Chuck.
There's lots of people popping in.
Chuck is actually a really good photographer. So he was a cool Guardy Rodeo. Got some great snaps. So lifelong friend now.
So did he do the snaps that you've got on your website?
No, not on my website. I haven't chucked them up yet, but a lot on social media. I've stolen some of the photos that he's taken, so I'll make sure I tag you.
Now, we were talking before, you've got your EP out, but earlier this year you released in February, I think it was, you released Too Young in February, wasn't it? Have I got that right way around?
Yeah.
I think it was February. I did look it up. Yeah, so you've had a year of, and the end of last year you released as well, and in December as well. So you've had some quite close releases. So you've been very busy. How did you feel? How do you feel going from that first release now to the point where you've got an EP out? How does it feel every time you release something?
It was so stressful, to be honest. I didn't know if people would like my songs I have sung my songs a lot at all my gigs pretty much, but having a band on the tracks as well, I'm like, would they like that sound? It's a little bit different. I don't know.
Yeah.
The response that I received from all of the songs that I put out have been absolutely amazing. I've got 3 out of the 4 tracks were in the top 10 of the AMRAP regional radio charts, including number 1, which as well, I was so excited about that. And then Too Young, which didn't make the charts. I don't think I promoted that one enough, to be honest, but it actually is a finalist in the West Australian Song of the Year Awards, which I'm so excited about, which will be announced next month in a few weeks' time, so I can't wait.
It is hard, isn't it? Because, and I always tell this to people that are watching, the amount of work that you have to put in before the song's even released, and like your pre-orders and your pre-saves and it's huge. And so if you don't get it at that right time when people are watching, or right days when people are looking for new music, it can be quite hard at times to get it out there quick enough. And Jonathan has popped in. He's watching from the UK.
Oh, thank you so much.
And happy Music Monday to you and to myself. He's lovely. Thank you for watching, Jonathan. We have some beautiful people that watch from all around the world. And I'm so impressed that they can keep the time, because I can't. The time differences to the rest of everywhere, it's just crazy. So I'm so lucky. Now, so what time is it for you? You're in WA. What time is it now for you?
It would be 10 to 5, so it's just starting, or you get it dark in probably about half an hour. So once it's crazy. Once I finish talking to you, I'm actually gonna go outside and put the horses to bed and feed them and everything.
Oh, how many horses do you have?
Just 2. I do have my little competition pony, Ellie, who I don't really ride as much as I should anymore. And then also a homebred, Neville. He's a little bit injured at the moment, so hopefully I'll be able to ride him again one day. But yeah, he's a giant, that one.
Wow, how beautiful. I couldn't afford horses, honestly. My animals here cost me enough. We haven't had horses for a fair while now. Cynthia is watching from Melbourne. Hi, Cynthia. I hope you're well. I know everybody's been doing very busy music in the musical world, so tell us if you've been listening or watching anyone live lately. So before we move, we were just talking about your EP. Where can we get it from? What's the best place to support you? And even in charting and things, what's the best place for your music to be watched?
Yeah. So obviously, if you want a physical copy, I only sell them at my gigs. So I know I'm based in Western Australia, but I will be traveling a lot, going to Tamworth in January, and hopefully a few more shows around there. So come to my gigs. I do have my website, which has all my gigs up there. Just search Sally Jane Music. But if you don't like CDs or you can't make it to WA just yet, you can find them on Spotify, iTunes, whatever you like to use to listen to music online. Just Sally Jane, and fingers crossed it pops up. But send me a message, email, and I can always help you out.
Lovely. Well, in the top of the comments too, I've put a link to your YouTube page, but it wouldn't let me copy the Spotify one, which sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. It's a Spotify thing. Jonathan said that he wanted to know what the song that you just did was called, and hang on, it's gone off the screen, and it's 9:53 a.m. in the UK, and Western Australia is 8 hours ahead. Yeah, so I'm in Tassie. Jonathan, have you been to Australia before? Let us know.
I have. Yeah, it's amazing.
It is, and he said that you would be very welcome in the UK.
Oh, thank you so much.
I don't know if you've ever been over there. I haven't yet, but UK has such a huge country music following, and they are so supportive of Australian music. Really, really welcoming. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, my song's called, the one I just sung is called You and I. So hopefully I'll make it to the UK one day and play it live for you there. That'd be amazing.
What is if we were to come to the UK, Jonathan, what would be the festival to come for and to play at? Let us know, because there's festivals over there all the time that I've seen popping up. Yeah. So I know we always say 20 to 30 minutes, so I'm conscious that you might have something on and you've got to go and do the horses, but it's been going so well with your music that you've actually got like Pro Music Australia's backing behind you. You've got so many sponsors. How have you done all of this? And I know there were so many to list, so I didn't want to list them in case I got them missed one out by accident.
So with the Pro Music one, it's actually quite funny. Matt contacted me a few years ago now, before I even got the sponsorship, and I thought it was a scam, so I kind of just ignored it. So if you're listening, I'm really sorry. But then I was over Tamworth in 2020. I did the Senior Academy, and then Dad and I we did a little bit of a tour. And then we went to Queensland, and Mum flew over and we had a holiday, and Matt contacted me again. And we were in the area, so we might as well pop in and say hi and we'll see who he is, not a scam. And I actually walked out with a guitar that day. So it was actually Valentine's Day in 2020. So love of my life, I guess. But
the love of your life is definitely a guitar that will make you happy for the rest of your life. You can't go wrong. So I would have done the same thing though. When people reach out like that, you do worry that scams are so hard to tell now.
Oh, really. And I mean, I don't have a lot of followers on social media or anything like that. So I was like, why would someone want to sponsor me? And that's the same thing that happened with Thomas Cook and Wrangler Western. They sent me a message through Instagram, and I just gave it to Dad. I was like, no, this is fake. And yeah, it turned out to be really well.
It's something we do have to keep in mind now, because I've done that before, and to hearing the fact that you could have potentially missed such a big opportunity just because it looks like a scam. So we do have to be really careful. I hadn't thought of it like that, to be honest. I need to get you back. I've just clicked on the wrong thing, but Jonathan has put in a message here, and he said, is working on a list of suitable venues and festivals. That'd be great, actually. You could email you. But they have Country to Country. Yes, I've heard of the Country to Country one. Buckles and Boots I've heard of, but Long Road's one I haven't heard of. So there's some big festivals. I think the UK is really starting to grow with their international music as well as their local music as well. And Cynthia wanted to know, was you going to sing? She just did a song for us, you and I, a few minutes ago. You can watch it again when we finish. It'll let you actually replay the song if you wanted to have a listen, Cynthia, because it was a really good song, beautiful song. Now, yeah, so you're sponsored by, my mouse is going silly. You're sponsored by Pro Music, Wrangler. You've got heaps. How do you fit them all in? What do you have to do? Do you wear their clothes? What is the way that you work as a team with those?
Yeah, it's a lot of just social media posts as well. With Wrangler and Thomas Cook, like I wear all of their clothes. I mean, I've always worn their
so that's no different.
now. Also with Pro Music, I'm also sponsored, or with Takamine, but then I'm also sponsored by a company called Audio Technica. So with those guys, I tag them all in my social media posts. Even at my I say like, oh, these are the people I'm sponsored by.
Yes.
And always just using all of their stuff. I mean, I love it anyway, so why wouldn't I want to use it? And all of my recordings as well, I use all of their equipment, so it makes it so much.
Yeah, that does. That's huge. And also, especially because the brands that you are working with are such good quality, you're going to get a great outcome no matter what you do that way. Yeah. How fantastic. So, Tamworth, you're heading this way, but local gigs in the next few months, anything that they can get tickets for at the moment, or are they ones that you just head along to?
Yeah, so I'll be on the road again in a few days' time. I'm heading up north to Monkey Mia and Exmouth. So I do have a show in Exmouth. I'll be a support act for Blue Shaddy on the 10th of September. So you can get your tickets now. But also in October, I'm so excited about this. I'll be the opening act for the inaugural Mandurah Country Music Festival, which has the Wolf Brothers and Sunny Cowgirls, Amber Lawrence, Jane Denham, Casey Barnes as well. Oh, so many. And I'm so excited to open up for those guys, especially as well. We have Johnny Reid and Michael Ward, who are the other two local WA acts. So it's going to be such a great festival. I think tickets are nearly sold out. So make sure you get them if you're in WA.
How long has it been since you guys had any sort of music shows or festivals over there? Because I know you guys were like us. You closed off to a lot of the outside world, but you were able to function a bit because you didn't have COVID.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have COVID, so we were still able to have a few shows. Have you guys been able to do shows within the state, or is all that stopped?
Definitely the last couple of years, I haven't personally been affected by COVID. It was pretty great having the borders shut and not having it in the state. But now that it is quite prevalent around us, it is a bit hard to try and organise festivals. I guess we're going through what everyone else went through 2 years ago now. So
where we're at, we're like you. Yeah.
We are, we're a wait a while kind of state. So it hasn't been too bad. I actually still haven't had COVID, touch wood.
No, me as well. Hopefully we don't find out what it's like.
I hope not. But yeah, I have had a few cancellations of festivals and events like Woolworths and things like that, a lot of rodeos, but it's I guess that's life and you just got to keep moving forward. Pub gigs have still been great and we'll really work our way up to the bigger festivals again.
Yes, well hopefully these ones coming very soon, you'll be the start of that.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it so much.
So good. And are you going to put some of that on your socials as well for people to see? Yeah. Love it. So those of us that can't get to WA, we can watch through your pages and things and keep an eye on you and where you're going to be. But thank you so much for reaching out and coming on the show because it's so lovely to have you. Jonathan, I know that you've popped a message there and I can't my mouse isn't working to let me actually open it. So I will text you back when I close the show off. I think maybe it needs new batteries. I don't know what's going on. But it's not even clicking. So I don't know what's going on now. But thank you so much for coming and talking to us and telling us your story. I hope you come back again very soon.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I will definitely give you a shout when I have new music or something exciting coming up.
If you're going to Tamworth, send me a message and we'll book in a live interview. We'll do a live chat.
That would be amazing.
Be awesome to do that. And because I've got Pro Music have actually sent me a guitar that they got signed by so many people, and we're going to do a competition. But because of COVID and not being able to get out or things being cancelled, I've had to sit on it for all this time. It just is such a frustrating thing. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to bring it to Tamworth, because I know that is going to go ahead, and I'll be where people can all come and have a look and enjoy it, and we can do it all there. And that way it gives people an opportunity to be part of it as well. So we'll have to get you to sign it before we do the competition. I'll bring it to Tamworth and we can do it.
Okay.
Thank you so much. You better go and feed the horses before it gets too dark, because they won't be happy. But we will have you on very soon. And everybody, we will be back tomorrow night. Haven't got a time yet because I'm just waiting on the confirmation email to come back, but I will let you know. Most likely 6:30, but we're just waiting on the last definite yes. So I will message you if there's any changes. I'll put it up on the page. But thank you again, and we'll see you very soon.
Have a good night.
Thank you for listening. We hope you've enjoyed today's program. See you next time with the latest with Country Kickback.